Alright, my fellow agents, welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and today marks the start of the Reanimated global event, which is easily one of the more popular ones in the game, and a lot of you reach out to the channel anytime this event begins asking me to highlight a few of my go-to builds, so I'm going to be showing you one of those today. Now, as always, we're going to jump right into the details, and if you happen to enjoy this, do me a favor and hit that like button. It truly helps the channel out. And if you want to stay up to speed on all things Division, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button as well. Now, for those of you out there who may be new and just returning and you're thinking at this very moment, what the f is the Reanimated global event? I will walk you through all the details after the build breakdown, but we're going to jump into that first and foremost. Starting with the specialization, I'm using Gunner, and the main reason for that is because this will give you access to the Banshee Pulse, and with this being a run and gun build, that skill can definitely help you out. And always remember, regardless of the specialization you may choose, have the proper weapons activated in that weapon skill tree. That way you're getting a 15% weapon damage bonus regardless of which one you're using. And the main reason I mention this in every build video I post is because I always hear from someone saying they were using a different template, they forgot to switch the weapon, they can't figure out why they're not hitting as hard. So once again, my friends, take that time and make sure everything is properly activated. Now, as far as the build is concerned, my primary weapon for this version of the build is the Harvest. This is one of the best handguns in the game without a doubt. And hopefully all of you out there watching this video have been farming for this weapon over the last 2 weeks during the summer event. If not, I will talk about that a little bit more at the very end. Now you can see this has the talent Determined. After killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot as well. Now, as you can see, my other weapons are a rifle and a marksman rifle with that same talent Determined. That is the theme we are going for. It is easily one of the best talents in the game, especially with this event going on. Now, moving on to the gear itself, you can see we're running 4 Hunter's Fury, 1 Walker and Harris, and the Memento backpack. Now, when it comes to this gear set, we are focusing on the 3-piece and 4-piece bonus. 3-piece is 20% armor on kill and 50% health on kill. 4-piece is Apex Predator. And with that talent, enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Next, my fellow agents, we have the body armor. And as you can see, this is the named body armor, the Chain Killer, and it has the talent Perfect Headhunter. Now, this isn't the general loot pool. If you do not have it, I recommend hitting up Countdown, set your targeted loot to Walker and Harris. You should be able to pick up one pretty damn quick. And as you've heard me mention in previous videos, the combination of Perfect Headhunter and Determined is one of the best ones in the game. Next, my friends, we have the holster, knee pads, and the gloves. They are the final 3 pieces of the Hunter's Fury gear set. You will notice I'm stacking weapon handling and headshot damage everywhere I can. Last but not least, we have the backpack, which once again is the Memento, and this is the best bag for a run and gun build, and the reason for that is because you're running and gunning. You know what I mean? You're running around the map, you're taking out NPC, you're picking up trophies. When you pick those up, you're going to get some extra weapon damage, you're going to get that extra armor, as well as skill efficiency. And this is in the general loot pool, so once again, if you do not have it, I recommend hitting up Countdown, set your targeted loot to backpack. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. As far as my skills are concerned, like I said earlier, I am using the Banshee Pulse just to mess up NPC as I'm rolling up on him. I'm also using the Bulwark Shield just in case things get sideways. It's that, extra level of protection. Hope this video helped you out, my friends, and as always, questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. Now, as I leave you with the gameplay footage, there are a few important details I want to mention really quick, and again, this is for new and returning players. First of all, you cannot have the global modifiers and the global event running at the same time. Now, as you can see, I'm going to open up my menu. I'm going to go over to the season, scroll over to the event timeline, and once I do, when I click on Reanimated, there is a clear indication of how to activate the event. Now, for the record, you can turn this on or off anytime you want. However, the only way to earn stars is with this event turned on, and those stars you're going to use at the global event vendor to buy different caches. And once again, for those of you out there who have no idea what the f I'm talking about, I promise to bring you a full breakdown of how this entire event works in a separate video. On that note, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay footage and commentary. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible continued support. Please let me know of any other questions you have I did not address. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Good morning once again, my fellow agents, and as promised, I did want to go over a few details really quick. First of all, even though the summer event ended today, the Loot Goblin is still dropping exclusive items, and he is the only NPC in the game that can drop this weapon. I will leave a link to a video showing you exactly how to farm for him in the video description down below. And your goal is to farm this NPC until he drops a harvest that has the talent determined on it. That way you can reroll the attribute to damage to targets out of cover, or vice versa. If he drops it with damage to targets out of cover, you can reroll the talent to determined. Either way is totally fine, but you definitely want that combination. Now, the main reason headshot builds are going to be so incredibly popular this week is because of the Reanimated global event, because when you hit those headshots, it's absolutely insane the amount of damage you're going to be putting out. And one recommendation I'd like to pass along to new and returning players is that if you are farming different control points, I recommend going after factions that do not typically wear helmets. So for me, I'm usually farming True Sons or usually Outcast. That's kind of the best one to do when you're using a headshot build. You'll be able to one-tap everything. That's all I got for this video, my friends. Thank you once again for everything, and I will see you in the next one.
Quiet. Moving position. Will be heard through blood. Uniform agent!
Shit, this is really bad.
Hostile detected. Supply room access unlocked. Civilians in danger.
I don't know what we'd do without you. Thanks again. Thanks.